Tubers Hike with Mike here, of course. And today's swamp talk is don't sweat the small stuff. It's a cliche, and it's definitely something that's easier said than done, you know. And we're all gonna sweat the small stuff, for most of us, particularly people like me who are anxious all the time. So I'm not really the right person for this swamp talk because I do sweat the small stuff. You know, it's part of stress and anxiety with me. Every little thing, you know, that I do is sweating the small stuff. What could go wrong? What possibly could go wrong? And, you know, it builds a lot of anxiety, which is definitely not healthy. And it's definitely something that's hard to break, in my opinion. And I don't know what the solutions is. If you just have that type of mentality, it's just, you're just stressed out a lot over time, you know, despite my mellow demeanor, I do sweat the small stuff a lot, and it's challenging, and, you know, running around all stressed out, anxious all the time, you know. I'm one of these people that like to get stuff done as soon as possible. I don't like stuff hanging over my head, you know, and all that stuff just leads to anxiety and stuff, and it's not really healthy physically, spiritually, or mentally. But it's definitely a challenge for me, and I'm sure it's definitely a challenge for a lot of people too, to not sweat the small stuff. But that's my swamp talk for today. I don't have any solutions about not sweating the small stuff other than when I go in the woods, my blood pressure goes down, I'm calmer, and I'm laid back, you know. But once I step out of the woods and back onto the concrete, you know, sweating that small stuff becomes harder to do. And I think we just kind of keep a conscious, you know, attention to not sweating the small stuff. It'd be a way to kind of make yourself healthier mentally, spiritually, physically. But it is definitely a challenge for me. And you know, I like I said, I like to get stuff done. I don't like stuff hanging over my head. I don't like stuff that's got to be done and I'm waiting on stuff. I like to get it done and out of the way and move on. And so that's my swamp talk for today. It's a beautiful day, you know. It's that time of year. Hurricane season's winding down, even though we have one in the Gulf right now, but it's coming to an end soon. The weather's cooler, and I have a nice, beautiful view in front of me. So that's good medicine, and it always helps when you have something like this or you're walking in the woods. It helps you remember to not sweat the small stuff and focus on the beauty of being in the woods and what's important. And that's my swamp talk for today.